go, baby. The Changs. That's at least like another pound, bro. That's just too much ice.
It's also like 7 something in the morning. I didn't feel like taking anything off.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
Call it good. Let's see here. Ah, beauty. That's working. What kind of music you feeling today, brother? What's so rock? It was. You want a little 90s metal?
90s hairband, dude.
We'll get a mix in there. You about it? We'll get a mix in there. Are you ready? No worries, okay. I don't want you to still be like, is this jackass ever going to enter this cage? Or like, am I just going to stand here all day? Bet. Alright, say let. You just let me know. No glove guys, Sunday. Yo, who are they playing? That'll be. I want to see. Rockies at home. Mets are hot.
no more Scherzer, no more Jacob DeGrom though. So I think
What happened to Scherzer?
out until for 6 to 8 weeks.
I didn't even see that. That shit oblique for baseball. Fuck, man. Oh, I went to Topgolf last night. So, I've got me and this one other dude that we both like. He's the dude for the softball team essentially, and since I don't play, like, I showed up a little late, so everyone was like, "Oh, Pete, he hit like his ball 130 miles an hour off the driver, all this, like, oh, he hit it this far," and I was like, oh, "All right." So I started warming up with a little 9-iron, hitting like 140, 150 in the back corner. Grabbed my 5-iron, the 5-iron, whatever. Started hitting like 140 off the club for velo, and they're like, "Oh, what?" And then the dude had a glove, and I go, "Hey, like, do you mind if I snag that?" I started getting up like 165 for exit velo on the club and all this, and his goal was 150, and I was just like, "Oh, like, no, it's okay, it's all right." And then I heard him whisper to one of like the dudes like, "Oh, he just top spins everything. Like, I hit it further." And so after I beat him in velo, I was like, "Hey, like, you want to go for distance?" He's all right. So then he got like 215, and I angled to the corner. I got like 250. And I was like, "Oh, okay, my bad." Huh?
Still want to register any of my swings, do you?
It's warming up still, probably. You got one of yours, and it was like, "Nah, that's dog shit."
She's like, oh yeah, nice hit. I'm not registered.
So then I got like 250, and I was like, "Oh, all right." Like, and it was just like little. I was like, "Oh, okay." I haven't swung the club in a bit. That felt good. Have you ever seen a guy named the Swingman? He's a former minor league player, and has like a Ken Griffey swing. Like, it is sexy. But then he also does long drives, and so he just posts videos of him like doing long drives, and he's up to like 230 for club speed or like all this, and like he just posts videos of him doing it like in here. It's sweet. Dude like literally takes like a stride. Yeah, like he takes a full stride, and then it's like 400 yards. It's just like, holy shit. They. Oh man. I like how they just will like kind of like bounce the club where the rhythm or like where they start just getting where it's like boom boom boom, whoa, and it's just like seeing that process for me. That's what I really like. No shit. What? Okay. Fuck. What course?
Charity, the Knolls.
Where's that at?
Knolls. Riverdale.
Oh, okay.
So we played the Knolls, and it was for a charity for a gentleman that died a couple years ago, his family, foundation or something, and they didn't want to cancel it, and it rained the entire time, maybe with 2 holes, and so we started on the back 9 on number 10, so we finished on 9, had to go all the way back up. Well, we're driving back into the freaking clubhouse, the snow is going into our face, bro, and there's no
Oh, there's no
the carts have no windshield. Like all the carts have windshields at most places.
Not these guys.
So it's into my face, bro, the whole way. I'm like, oh my god, man. It was brutal, dude.
Like, I'm having so much fun right now.
It was brutal, dude.
Get back, you just have frost.
My hand was like reddish purple for, I bet, for 15 minutes after, bro. It was brutal. Brutal. Oh, Lord, what'd you do?
Fucking, I was doing a group session, or like a team session, and so we had one kid hitting off the machine in here, and I was walking into the back where the machine, so I lifted the cage, and somebody had left a half divide net over a little, and I had just taken like a full step, and this kid just a line drive, no calf muscle, just straight shin, and I was literally like, if you're the kid, I go, all right, bud, we need to work on, boom! We need to make sure that we're going to get down here. Just like, oh, go! Oh, fuck that. No, thank you.
How's that?
What the fuck? You're like, hey guys, practice is over. We're done. If you guys are asking why, you can thank Timmy. Timmy just beat the shit out of me. Thanks, Timmy. So we got. We're getting this up. Akify, he's a senior. He works out at Ironworks. So he just PO now. He's going to Colorado School of Mines as a PO. Tops at 87. So he's still hits at Erie. He's like they're 4-hole at Erie, and it's going to be a PO. So like I said, he tops at like 86, 87. I go, well, he can't hit fucking, it's an all or nothing. And I've seen it, so I'm like, dude, I can like make it to where you are somewhat salvageable in college, and if you're like want to run with it on your own, go for it. I go, what do you have to fucking lose? Like, give me like a week, and you know, if I make you worse, you're gonna be a fucking PO. If I make you better, you're now a 2-way. No. Like, all right, bro. Whatever you say.
So he's not even one of your students. He just comes in here and hits into it.
Yeah. And so I want this to be like, because they pay for the ability to come over and hit, but not on my shit. They pay to just be able to like hit off the tee.
So how does he know what the deal is?
So they have hit in the HitTrax in the past, and they've made it to where they don't pick up baseballs or they don't do like the little things. And I told them they're not allowed to come in anymore unless I go, it's $20 a month. If you're not wanting to pay $20 a month for like unlimited HitTrax pitching machine use, go fuck yourself. Hey, fuck you. So we'll see how it goes, but I mean they're good kids and shit. They just piss me off a little bit to where I'm like, all right, I'll put you up there, but you're not allowed to try and beat it. And with them being seniors, they're gonna want to try and do it for. I'm gonna leave college blank, and so I think that's gonna itch them where it's like, all right, yeah, I'll here you go. We'll see how it goes. I want to have something, and we'll have it to where so like until an underclassman beats like this record, it'll stay up there forever. And so like if we're 5 years from now and Chase Robinson still holds that record when he was an underclassman, it'll still stay there until another underclassman comes and beats that. And that's the part like I'm gonna have a 12U, a 14U. I have what bat size they use, like I have their height, their weight, so that way when kids come over, they're like, oh, he hit 433 feet. Well, yeah, he's 6'4", 195 pounds. Like, that's gonna happen. Look at you, Timmy. You know, you're 5'10", 130 pounds. You ain't gonna get that shit. Oh, look, this freshman, 6 foot 205. That's how he hit it 340 feet. You are a freshman that doesn't even weigh 100 pounds. You want to get on the board? Hey, there's a place right over here that I know. Oh, so the former head coach when I was at Brighton, he now coaches at Riverdale, and he's come to me, Garza, yeah. He's come to me like 3 different times that he wants me to work with his guys, and then turns around and talks to his coaches how I teach shitty and won't pick up my phone calls. But when I see him in person, oh, I need, next season, if you could come and work, if I could work with your guys, I've got this many guys, if they pay this much, like, you want an extra like $8,000? Like, oh, we can make it to where you get like $8,000 for this, blah, 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 blah. Phone call, decline. And so finally, I'm just annoyed with it. Brighton played Riverdale for a scrimmage. We beat them fucking 17 to like 2. And I wanted more. We hit like 7 home runs. I got 3 text messages from Riverdale kids after that, like, hey, are you available this upcoming week? Like, all this shit. I'm just like, there were 2 kids at Riverdale that work with me. They're like the only ones that got hits. A lot of the parents, like Luke's parents and all those other people were like, well, yeah, he's the hitting coordinator for Brighton. And the other families were like, oh, and he works with Luke? Luke's the one hitting on Riverdale? Oh, he works with Dakota? Dakota's the one hitting on Riverdale? There might be a pattern right here, and like I think they're starting to see it. I wanted fucking 50 on their head. I wanted to try and run rule them in a scrimmage. I wanted fucking death. Yeah? You good? Let's rock. You have bat weights in there? Beauty. Gangsta twist. If you smoke like I'm gonna just grab PVC. You're Gucci. You're solid. Thank you, sir. As is supposed to. Yeah, no, that felt good. And the worst part though, he wasn't even there. Wasn't even there. No worries. We're gonna go through. We're gonna do PVC extremes real quick. Dun 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 dun. Did I tell you guys about the Oakley deal? So, I just signed I've sent the contract for me to be a dealer for this company that works with Oakley, Stamp Stocks, Lizard Skin Grips, and Franklin Batting Gloves. So we'll get 25% off with that. Hey, yo! Got you, baby. Took off your what? Oh shit. Were you mad? When you took your helmet off?
That was the last AV.
There you go. Like yeah.
I didn't even care.
Okay.
I can't act like I care now. Now I look stupid if I'm like, I can't put my glasses.
You're like, huh, oh no.
No, my glasses blow. I don't care, bro.
Stance. Here, take it out. I'll throw it somewhere. I always worry that I'm just gonna break it, bro. Terrifies me. You know how bad I would feel if I like took a wrong step and all of a sudden just cracked your entire phone?
Dude, honestly, like, been coming for a while.
You would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't though. I'd be like, fuck, bro. I'd feel horrible.
I don't know how I haven't cracked yet. It's been hit.
Dude, my phone too. Like, shit, shut up.
I have a lot of scratches, no cracks. Though.
Fucking. There's not a wood bat in here? I don't know how much it hasn't cracked either, bro. I'd be yossing that motherfucker.
I remember I sat on the concrete and I forgot my phone was in my back pocket. Sat on the concrete and I was like, I don't know, like, and I pulled it out and it was completely gone.
Fine. And you're just like, oh shit, alright.
Like, drop it on the carpet in the shower.
Hop in your stance. Boom. Stride. Front knee. Rear leg. Hips. Shoulders. There you go. Forearm turn. Pause. Yep. Forearm turn. There you go. Now extend.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Boom. Around that spine. Ooh. Fight for that balance. Yep. Try and keep that left elbow as high as we can. There you go. Bring it back whenever you're ready. Boom. Oh, baby. Good job. Fight to try and keep that head over that rear knee for as long as you can, alright? Stay. You're tired?
I'm tired.
Oh, yeah. No, they're tough. They're tough. That's one of the main reasons I stopped coaching. I was like, well, umpires aren't going to get better. I'm not going to stop getting tossed. So, might as well just not do it. Front knee, rear leg, hips, shoulder, shoulders, forearm turn, and extend it. Good. Head over back knee. There you go. Keep it over this thing the entire time. Keep it back there. Go ahead and bring it back. Yep. Pause. Look at where your hands are at. Pause. Look where your hands are at. And if we don't know what I'm trying to get you to do. There! Yeah, why was that better? Go ahead and relax. Hands were at the shoulders.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out that forearm turn, like timing. The forearm turn so I wasn't either right here or way back here.
And so how I like to kind of view it or see it as, gonna look to stay tight, and we're trying to get that shoulder as far as we can, forearm turn, extend, and so if this is where I started at when I did my forearm turn, when I'm coming back, I want to still have that same. Because if I come back but my shoulders are here, look how it's coming to the middle, and that's going to make it really awkward. See if we can try and keep whatever we do going forward the same thing that we're doing backwards, okay? One more. Yes, sir. Stride. Front knee. Rear leg. Hip. Shoulder. Forearm, a little bit more shoulder. There you go, forearm turn. Yep, extend out. Yes. Bring that on, bad boy. Yep, and notice where your shoulders are at. Yep, is our head over back knee? Yes, sir. Close it up. As many as you need, my guy.
Probably like -1.
I love it. You're like, I'm already ready. I was ready yesterday. Let's see it. Oh, yeah. Yeah? Let's rock, baby. Let's rock. Barrel season.
I love that.
Dude, okay, so you ready for this?
Yeah.
I've had one kid that came up to me and he goes, Coach, you realize that's like the Pornhub logo, right? I go, what's that? And he goes, what? I go, how do you know what that is? Well, it's like, I go, dude, I'm fucking with you, bro. Like, obviously, come on, man. And then I've had one family that was like, we think that's really inappropriate. And I go, why? And they're like, well, you work with kids, and that's like a porn site. I go, only if they know what it is. Like, you have to know what it is first. Like, if you just see my logo, you don't go, oh, barrelseason.com? It's like, no, you have to know what it is first. I go, I don't know if that's my fault, though. If they know what it is before they know me, how's that my fault? And they were like, like it's brand recognition, you dummy. Stand.
I'm gonna grab my hat real quick.
Okay. I had one like youth family. So my barrel season hoodie that I have that looks like the Pornhub logo, they were like, we feel that's a little inappropriate when you work with kids. I was like, they have to know what the logo looks like first, so that means they have to have prior knowledge.
Well, you see my logo.
So I go, so is that bad on me?
Right.
Or is that, I don't know, your kid's 10 and he knows what that logo is. I don't know. I didn't show him that.
Actually, this is the AB I was talking about.
Oh, with the fucking umpire?
No. This is the one that he actually had a couple swings. Of course, I was lazy on this one and got the bend, so
You're fine.
forgive me on that one.
No, you're fine, baby. Go back to that take for me. Can you slow motion on the hands when he takes to run forward a little bit? Yeah, still. A little bit. Looks a little bit better.
Yeah, I think he fouled this one. No, he takes that one. This one fouled. That one fouled straight right. Not right, but over to the, you see what kind of perfectly set.
Yep.
And then he barrels the next one.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, second baseman made a great play on it.
Do you feel like when you're like in game, do you feel like you have the power that you have in here?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's a little different depending on how warm-ups go. Warm-ups go bad.
Can you go back to the one that he barreled to the second baseman? That swing.
I know what you're going to say, I think, because I asked him the same question.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Out of contact?
Yeah, so I want to see what, I asked him and he said that was.
So you're going to notice that on all of these, even on the takes, we still are going.
Dropping. Yeah.
Not dropping, but saying yes. Like essentially when you do, see how those are dropping and going? So that's not us keeping the string. So when we go to this one that we do end up hitting, you're going to notice that your hands are automatically going to, so we get, see how we're losing that right there?
That's where you want him more.
Yes.
Right. You want, as he strides, to come back and then go, right?
Because right now,
I wasn't explaining it right the other day. That's what I was talking about.
if imagine that this is like the rubber band that my pops has been talking about since you were like first day.
Yeah.
That rubber band. If we can hold, and then snap into that swing, you're gonna get a lot more. Whereas right here, sorry, pal. Okay.
That's perfect. Right to the bed.
That's where I think. Imagine if you could see how you're already starting to kind of curl your hand, and that's not a forearm turn.
Yeah. It's like a whole arm.
Yes. So like that right there. Do you see how your bat is already tilted that way?
Yeah.
So essentially is like essentially us doing like this versus this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's you throwing a punch from here versus from here. Now, can we hit the ball hard? Yeah. Like we can still hit it hard. Can we be consistent with it? As long as our movement's consistent. But what we won't be able to do is hit it hard consistently. Because if that dude's throwing soft, all we're going to have is soft to it. If that guy's throwing hard, we may get barrel to it, but we're not going to be consistent with how we drive that baseball, if that makes any sense. Okay? So are you starting to see how that ties into the swing as well? Not just on our takes? Because imagine if you were at that position Like your hands are starting to drop.
Yeah.
You're starting to turn that forearm. Your foot's not even in the ground. Have some if you want.
No, they're good cookies, but you got it all turned. Not all the time, but
Like
they're good when they're fresh.
that is heel plant. And you see how we're already
Yeah.
here? Where should we be at when we're over here? Where are we at heel plant? And then do front knee, and then rear leg. So, see, do you notice how even once we get through here, you're still supposed to be not about the catcher, but you are here?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And that's what I like when we started doing some work on the bag and shit. That's what that was for as well. You remember that? How we feeling? Beauty. Let's do low and away.
Alright, bet.
Get your hat. Gucci.
Good.
Music DJ, let it play.
She
Hey,
kept,
you?
she just hit me up on some bullshit, bro.
Your mom?
Nah, my lady.
Oh.
Cause she was with her friends drinking last night, so I was like, alright,
All right, done. I don't want to hear anymore.
Yeah. So I was like, I ain't even gonna talk to you. No, you can do whatever you want.
Stan.
And she texted you, I was supposed to tell you, but I don't know if I should tell you right now.
Stan.
I just texted her, then don't. I already told you I don't want to talk to you tonight.
Stride. Go ahead, take a stride.
Dude, this kid's first baseman talks so much shit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It wasn't his last game, it was the game before, and it's some schools are 10. But they have like a turf base track.
Do you remember what colors they were?
Did you see my Instagram post or no? No? Oh, okay. Well, I don't remember what color they were, to be honest.
I can pull it up.
But I have a post and like one of the pictures, two of the pictures of me at their field.
Oh, okay.
The first baseman, we were just talking shit the entire time. And they're all reclass sophomores. So they're all supposed to be juniors. And he's talking shit to us. I was like, you guys just gave an actual freshman team the third win of the season. You guys are all juniors. I told just like that. You guys only 3 wins. I said, yeah, one of them was against you.
Suck a dick, bud. Stride. Front knee. Rear leg.
Oh yeah.
Hips. Shoulders. Yep. Oh, baby. And let's see if we can get to that angle. Oh, keep it. See if we can get to that angle right at foot plane. Go ahead and start coming back. Yep. Pause. There. Pause right there. Perfect. Keep going with that. Now close the chest, close the hips, reset. Now, do you notice how when you finished with those, how we were up? Let me see if we can try and fight to still maintain. Because I want it to be to where if I was to take a photo of you when you get to foot plant, you to look like this. And if we were to take a photo when we come back, I want them to be identical. Like I want every stage that we look like going forward, I want to have that same photo match when we're coming back.
I know what it did.
What'd you feel?
When I was right here, instead of coming back to where I was, I just kind of stayed up.
You felt that?
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. It's the first step is you feeling it every single time. Yep, front knee, rear leg, hips, shoulders, forearm turn. Nice. Yes. Way better. One more.
Well, excuse you.
Hey, yo. I give you a 7.
That's a little high. It's a little high.
Reset. Let me see that knee.
You been playing the show?
Dude, I haven't. I'm like annoyed with my tiredness, I would say, at the end of my days lately. Where I'm sitting there after I've done like lessons and videos, I look at my Xbox, it's like, I'm gonna go home and go sleep. I'm like, yeah, never mind. No. And then I get here and it's like, well maybe I play like ahead of time. Nah. I'm like, well, I could do this, I'll vacuum, do all this shit. And I look at the clock and it's like, oh, I've got a lesson in 15 minutes. I can't turn it on. Like, what would I do now? And so, like, I just haven't figured it out. That's, like, the least priority right now. I wish it was higher. I guess that's what they call being an adult. I guess. I don't know. It's kind of bullshit. There you go. Good. What did you notice about your hips when you started swinging? Go ahead and relax. So we started at, let's say, like here, and then as you started to swing, watch what happened. Because you notice that you need a little bit more, so as you were swinging, we pushed it out. Let me see if we can try and get to that point right at foot plant, right? And it was small. Yep, front knee, rear leg, hip turn, shoulders. Yes. Yes. Do you notice that difference right there? Add a baby. Bring it on back.
I was trying, when you were talking about that release in the hand, getting on the tape,
Uh-huh.
I went into watch him swing the one you...
Did you video the warm-up, or his on deck?
I have some of them, yes, from
Okay.
last week.
Yes.
But what I was going to tell you is I was trying to get...
You're gonna see me. I picture hitting a home run every time I swing on deck.
I feel like you like power, and that's what I was trying to figure out how to...
Oh, barrel.
I feel like there's power behind it. I couldn't figure out how to say you're releasing the hands too early, or...
That kind of...
He goes, no, my hands are attached, but they are sort of attached, but thank you. There you go. That's what I couldn't quite put the word.
I was like, yeah, no, it doesn't look great. I don't know what's wrong with it.
No, like, you're too strong to be hitting singles, bro. I mean, really. He's built like a bull, dude. He's too strong to be hitting singles. So I was like, you gotta figure out how to get that, I like to call lag or whatever, when I swing my, figure out how you can plant, like you said, you're planting, and now.
It's a go.
You're not
Rather
planting,
than...
You're not planting and going at the same time. Thank you. And that's what I feel like he does. He plants, and it all goes at the same time, instead of plant, and then go.
100%.
So that's what I think he needs to figure out how to get in his brain.
Get that feeling.
Especially over the summer, so we can take that next big leap.
That's going to be...
That big leap's got to come.
So that's going to be the difference between us going like a flare job into the gap to where it's a hustle double,
Right.
to a that is over their head.
And it's a stand-up triple.
Exactly, like that.
Double at least.
And that's the difference right there.
I had a bunch of warm-ups. You still want my warm-ups? I'm like, yeah, what do you want?
Yeah, I believe that. You still want warm-ups?
100%. Because, well, I want to see one.
You can take it back. There's like 3 or 4 swings there.
Wait, hold on. Is that the... I don't know which one. This is Blake. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Coach Connor.
Oh.
That's the high school.
Yeah, that was down at Legend.
Hated that.
Oh, is that Legend?
Is that Legend?
Isn't that Legend? Yeah, it's down in Parker.
Our last one was
The last thing was against, you're right.
Or is this Grandview?
Legend. That was Grandview.
Is this Grandview?
Yeah, Grandview, my bad.
Yeah.
It was Grandview.
I hate Grandview. Everything about Grandview makes me...
So let's look at your warm-ups right here. Okay. So, and this is one of those things where it's like understanding yourself, getting used to like, all right, you know, as a golfer, if you slice a shit ton in your warm-ups, you're probably going to do some anti-slicing drills. Like it's going through, if right now, if we're kind of what I would consider like leaking, like instead of having that stretch of a rubber band here at foot plant, we are kind of here at foot plant. And so for you, we need to try and find what drills you can do on deck to over-exaggerate the feeling of sticking there, so that way when you step into the box, it's not like, man, I need to keep that stretch. It's like, nope, feeling. Okay? So what we're going to see here, and I just had to add a theory, and I was like, I want to see what his warm-ups look like.
Yeah.
And we're going to notice that this isn't the worst, but as you're already getting to foot plant, it's starting to come around a little bit.
I'm trying to get the timing down. I'm kind of struggling with it to where like as soon as like I could get this and this needed the plant and this needed open, I just want to.
And I love that.
Because then you already have your momentum going into it. And
I love that. And that's been what we've been kind of working on, right? Instead of being a plant and go, now it's like a plant go. And that's what we've been working on, and you've been killing it, dude. And I think it shows. I think it really does.
Do that again.
I think it shows, right?
Yeah.
Now the next step of that is not just having it to be where I can swing when my foot lands, but I'm holding that tension till my foot lands.
Yeah.
Does that make so? Now we're just next level, next step of this kind of little different kind of move, right? So let's go and look at the other one.
Same thing.
You see how your hands are already coming through,
Yeah.
and like that's where we're almost at a foot plant
Yeah.
in our warm-ups.
Yep.
And so, and it's not necessarily, I don't know if I used this analogy with you last time, it's been my big one. If you were failing in class, would you rather your teacher wait till the end of the year to tell you that you're failing, or would you want them to tell you halfway through the year?
Halfway.
Why?
Because then you have time.
That's what we're just doing right here. Like, it's not that this is the end of the world or anything like that. It's good to know what we can do better, because if right now our baseline is that we're feeling better than what we have, look how much more we can feel better about. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, I'm going to walk you through, let's see, one more. I think you said you had another. It's not as bad. Oh, dang it. It's not as bad, though. It's looking a lot better
No, it definitely
on
is.
that third
I
one.
agree.
And so if we can make it to where instead of us being here, there. Like, that is a small difference. And a lot of the time what can happen is it's like, I still don't want to get beat. And so now we're getting to where it's a foot plant and go, but instead of it being like you swinging out of that, now it's like a there kind of feel. And it's one of those to where it's almost like it can be a little bit different. And it might be a weird analogy, and I apologize if this doesn't catch on. But let's say when you're driving to Parker, if you take E470, technically that is more miles that you have to travel, but you will get there faster than if you go on through like side streets.
Yeah.
Because your car can go a lot faster on E470 because of the speed limit. If we're able to maintain this stretch, it may not feel like it because you're going from a further point away to your swing, but your swing is going to be faster, thus allowing you to still beat the ball there than if you were to swing from right here. Does that make sense? Like, the stretch and tension that you are generating will allow you to swing faster than if you just tried to start from right here. And that's a weird one that you have to feel. Like, until, like, it may make sense, but until your body feels like I'm still safe when I'm right here to swing and make contact out in front, that's what we need to get to. Does that make sense? And what drill do we do a lot of where you're from like right here or something like that? Yeah, and then also, what's the other one?
Is it the other PVC one? Oh, what's post strike?
Yeah, that's essentially all that we work on, right? So now what we can look to do is add in like a small extra step of that to where instead of you starting here, it's a boom, 1, 2, 3, go. So that way your body starts getting used to the stride, timing, and then also maintaining that. Does that make sense? I would also like to do a couple of single hand drills. We're going to rock these off of the tee. With the fact that you're, it's called like supinating. Okay, imagine if you wanted to hold some soup in your hand, you'd go like this. So right now, your hand is supinating a little too early, which is allowing that knob to go from being here to being here. So we're just going to do a couple of single hand drills. Hopefully here in the next week, I won't have such a knockoff single hand. Going to be getting some actual real training bats. The dude just messaged me yesterday that they're going to be completed in the next day or two. Boom! So we got that. Let's hop in. We'll rock this guy out. I'll do it with you. Beauty. And then I need, I'm trying to find where the, oh, shit, they're up there. I'm trying to find my bands. I thought they were in there.
Oh yeah, so you gotta check that Instagram.
I will.
Pretty dope.
Was it nasty or what?
Pretty cool.
Hey,
It's like a little end of the season thing.
little end of the year kind of toodaloo. Love it. Back that ass up. Back that ass up.
Oh, that picture shit. Like someone's mom had a camera, so
Oh, really?
yeah. Take pictures of all of us.
So, We're going to put this around your stride foot. Let me see that guy. We're going to, yep. So we're going to do this to where you do it 3 times. And then I'll have you drop it and then try it out. So it's here. I want your hand just on your shoulder. Okay, it's going to be a stride. 1, 2, 3. Slow motion. Because we're going to try and keep this as long as we can. So I'll go front knee, rear leg, release. Reset. I want you to do that 3 times. Then I'll have you drop it, and then we'll take a regular swing with it, okay? Front toe.
Had to think about that.
Okay. Had a baby. Boom. Stance. Hop in your stance real quick. Boom. Go ahead and take a stride. Go ahead and grip. Yep. And so that's the kind of length I want. So, stance. Stride. Hand on your shoulder. There you go. Front knee. Rear leg. Slow motion. Yep. Reset. Stance. Stride. Front knee. Rear leg. Come through. Hi, baby. Reset. Drop it. Go through normal stride and go.
Oh, no. See you later.
Sure. Okay. Grab it up. Same thing. 2 more times.
Alright.
Yep. Stride. Hand on your shoulder. Front knee. Rear leg. Start coming through. Reset. Let me see you try and keep this as stretched as, not necessarily as stretched as possible, but maintaining it all the way through. Okay? Stance. Stride. Front knee. Rear leg. And as you start coming through slow motion, see how long we can kind of keep that tension, tension. Boom. Good. One more. Front knee. It's okay. Stride. Front knee. Rear leg. Start coming through. There. Get rid of it. Let go. Okay. We're going to do one more and then we'll switch to the other hand, okay? Living in the gangster's paradise.
So my training gloves already.
Hour after hour. What were you saying?
Alright, so I figured out how to, because my training glove still hasn't been broken. So this past couple nights, I was like, I'm getting this ready for when I do glove guard and shit. So what better way than to throw a 10-ounce baseball up in there and catch it every 2 seconds? So now we're good.
Yeah. How's your glove coming?
My glove, good. We got rid of that air bubble. The little air bubble on the left, on the finger right here.
Did you get that device I talked about?
Huh?
Did you get that device I talked about?
Not yet.
Maybe it would help.
Like in a couple weeks.
Another one?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, get this thing first.
No. Yeah. I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna get the device, but I also want the other one.
Try this other one first.
Yeah.
Try that one. Try that thing first.
We got 2 sick ass buttons.
Boom.
Alright, now drop or shoot.
Drop it. Let's see what we got. How's that feel?
Shoot.
Switch hands. Same thing.
So.
Same exact thing. Yep. Boom. Stance. And then now let me see. We're gonna go this hand. It's gonna go. You can actually kind of like grab your elbow. It's kind of weird. Or if you want, go inside your belly button. Boom. Stance. Stride. Front knee. Rear leg. Boom. Hip. Boom. Go for it. You notice how we tried reaching before we turned on that? Let me see you allow yourself, because what's going to happen is that you're actually going to maintain tension in that a little bit longer if we're able to go here than if we go here. See how this gets this gets way closer to my leg if I go that way than if I go this way. Okay. So it may not be the full tension, but we want to try and keep that tension as long as possible until we release the hands.
Yep.
So until you go here, we want there to be as much tension in that thing as possible.
So, these gloves I'm getting. It's sick. It's gonna be, because I'm gonna use this glove I have now. I'm using most on the mound because it's fucking sick. And this other glove I'm getting, because I want to have a glove that has white on it. So I'm gonna use that as my field, like, third base glove.
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm getting E5 on the side of it, like E5 on the foot.
I'm telling you, bro. Get a fucking web
I'm
gym.
getting that shit. Trust me.
Because the moment you got that glove, I'm 99% sure I told you guys about that.
Did you?
I think I did. Because I've had one since I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I actually have a code for them now. I fucking love them. Highly suggest you getting it. Highly. I don't got it on me, but I have my like normal mitt. Like, dude, I put it in there and I used it for a little bit and it was solid and it stays that way. Let me see it. Stride. Front knee. Your leg. Pause. Yes. Boom. So you see how our chest is still closed? Yep. Boom. There. Let me see you turn. Turn. See how there's still tension with that now? And then here, one sec. Just go that way with it. P. Stance. Reset it. Stance. Let me see your hand. And you don't have to be on the elbow if you don't want. You could go like on the chest with the other hand. Okay, stride. Front knee. Rear leg. Yep. And then slow motion. Slow motion. See how there's still some type of tension there? And then once we really release, that's when it loses it. Boom. Yes. Okay, one more. Stride. Front knee. Rear leg. Slow motion. Yes. Okay, drop it. Let me see it.
Fuck. My body just didn't like that. Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
It's like, we swing about with two hands, dumbass? Let's see it. Stride. Oh, get that. Stretch that band, dude. Reset. Stride. There you go. Front knee. See how we lost some of it? Reset. Let me grab my cellular so I can show you what I'm chatting about.
I did it. Got the cherry. Yeah.
All right, let me see it. Front knee, your leg. There you go. Go for it. Dude,
Back, at least. Did I?
that was good. See how that stretch? Here,
Yeah.
I'll start it over. Oh, wait. How do I? Oh, I can't fucking do it.
What
Okay, you see how they're still stretched?
Yeah.
See, I want to see when we stride, see how that stretched? And what we normally do is we then lose it. See how we're kind of losing it right there? Okay. Here, I'll show one more. Stretch. You see what I'm talking about? How we go from here, and then we swing. Let's see if we can try and figure out how we can swing from the most amount of stretch, right? Stance. One more. Stride. Stretch it. Boom. Now keep it there. Front knee. Front knee. Rear leg. Start turning. There. Boom. Yes. Drop it. Reset. On you. Better. Better. Better, baby. Let's hit another one. Yeah. How's that feel? A little bit better? Beautiful. Okay. Let me see. Boom. Take this out of here. Boom. Let me grab that. Next one. I want you to almost feel like you are sticking this right in the ground. Okay? We're in our stance. We're going to go through the exact same thing that we just kind of did. Stride, front knee, rear leg, and I want you to turn, 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 turn. I want to see this thing bend. Now, you are a person that is notorious for going all in, which I fucking love. Do not go all into this to where you just like snap it. Like, let me see it bend, but don't just go like, he wants to see it bend, crack. Does that make sense? Okay. That'd be something I could definitely see us where he's like, he wants to see it bend, I'm gonna fucking snap it. It's gonna be either side, either one works. But we're gonna be on the outside of your back foot. Stance, stride, reset. So, yep, throw that, yep.
Like stance?
Exactly.
Oh, okay, my fault.
Stance, stride, front knee, rear leg. There you go. Start rotating your hips as far as you can. There. Reset. Same thing. We're going to do this 5 times. Stride, front knee, rear leg. You feel that tension of you holding it back? So if I was to get rid of this, if you got to like the most amount of tension, and I just kick that out, boom! That's where we come through with a swing. That's that tension that we're trying to create with our swing. So that's the extra on top of what you're able to do with your hands. That's the extra on top. Like, that's where it becomes a complete full swing rather than just being like, you know, hey, I'm good and I can just barrel. Okay. One more. We're going to go 3 more. Front knee, rear leg. Yes. Perfect. Reset. How's this feel?
Feels good.
Yeah?
I like it.
Let's go. One more.
I'm scared.
For what?
I don't want to break it.
Yeah. If you end up breaking it, that's okay. I didn't want you out of the first one out of the gate to just be like, snap.
Oh, okay.
That's if you go turn, 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 crack, crack. That's one thing. Like, oh shit, we're getting some torque. If you just essentially went boom just to,
Oh, just to break it? Yeah.
that's what I was like, because end result, PVC is broken in both of those situations.
Yeah.
How we got to the broken PVC,
Yeah.
2 different ways though.
Definitely.
And because you are such an all-in person, and like I genuinely fucking love that.
Yeah.
Like you're one of the 5 guys I work with that if I say, hey, fucking head first in that pole, it'll help you hit better. Hold my Oakleys. You're one of the few, and I appreciate the fuck out of that. But then there's also where might just snap it because it's like what I was looking for, you know what I'm saying? Which, again, I fucking love. Like, it's not a bad thing. And I had a kid that literally tried to run through a wall. Like, he broke his kneecap in tryouts because they were told to run as hard as they can, and he was thinking, like, that means the whole time rather than, like, run as hard as you can to the base and then kind of jog. So he literally ran, boom, right into a fucking, like, brick wall with some padding because that's what his coach said. And it's like, he'd fucking do it. Like, I fucking love those people. Love those people. Let me see one more. Where did love go? All right, now, let's grab your bat. We're going to do the same thing with this thing again, but with 2 hands now. And it's going to be 2, just like what we did beforehand.
Yeah.
Then we're going to drop it, and I'll put a ball in the teeth.
I feel retarded.
It's okay. Flip your bat around. There you go.
Yeah.
Say hi, kid. Stance.
Hey.
Stride. Stretch that. There you go. Front knee, rear leg. Keep the tension. Slow motion. There. Perfect. One more. Reset. Stance. Stride. Front knee, rear leg. Slow motion. Perfect. Drop it. All in.
Oh! Barrel. Love those.
How'd that feel?
I'm feeling good.
2 more.
Bet.
Stride. Front knee, rear leg. There you go. Yep. Reset. Stride. Front knee, rear leg. Yep. Drop it. Let it eat. Oh, death by a billion paper cuts. How's that feel?
Good.
Oh, baby. Let's kick this out. Let's go a little front toss action. Huh? Ayah.
Alright.
You like my 3 plates now?
Dude, it tripped me out.
Wait, what?
Sick.
He said, hold on, wait, what? Hold on, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Yeah, probably. We staying on PD? We staying on PD?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we running on first?
Did a single on the.
How many bases juicing to do?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing today.
No big deal.
Every time we've had bases juiced this year. No, it's not even all on the ball like yellow. And then shortstop's like,
Easy.
I'm like, dude, what?
Bastard. So,
The most unfortunate spot the ball could go.
we're going to go through, warming up. I want to go, where's it at? We'll grab Ashley. You're good. What is this? Oh, here she is. Be like, yo, my guy will hit you up. We get it rocking and rolling. Get it rocking and rolling, baby.
That's the big one. That's the rooster, right?
Yep. We got Rooster and Ashley. About to fuck your life up.
Really? Alright.
So, we're going to go from post strides to
Yeah.
warm up, and we're going to do bat pointers.
Alright, bet.
Remember bat pointers?
No.
That's okay. So, in our stance, with it being post stride,
Yeah.
boom,
This is my warm up for like a month, yeah.
it's here, swing, boom. I want you to try and hold wherever you end up hitting it.
Yeah.
If it's right field, boom, to right. If it's left, boom, to left.
Yeah, this is my warm up for like a month.
Yeah, that's why you're like, no, we'll get it.
He's like, oh cool. Glad it's a ticket.
Really taking all this in. Let me see a post stride. Better. Let me see you try and get your chest and your hips turned towards me. Yep. Better.
Actually, that's pretty bad.
There you go. Better. Yep. Point it this way. Wherever we end up hitting it, let me see you point it. Take a breath. What are you noticing when you're holding these?
Huh?
How's our balance when we're trying to hold these?
Pretty bad.
Which way are we falling?
Left.
Okay. And are you noticing, let me see this real quick. Are we having it to where, hold your hand up for me. If that's where I hit the ball, are we getting this kind of point? Or are we getting this kind of point? So what are my hands doing?
Rolling over.
Okay, so if my hands are rolling over and my body's falling this way, one, are we maintaining our angle and rotating through? Or are we kind of going this way?
That way.
Let me see you try and fight to maintain that angle. Let me see, the only way for us to actually be able to get it to point to you, so if I'm here, and I turn, forearm turn, and now I'm pointing, the only way I can get to this point is if I actually use my body to get me there. The moment I try and use my hands, it's impossible for me to do that. And when I use my hands, the momentum of this is going to make it to where my hands keep going. So it's almost like it's hard to try and do the bat pointer because we can't stop because we're not using our body. We're using these things to where it's like, you hear that?
On the back? Okay.
Does that make sense though? Does that make sense? Okay. How'd that feel? Great job. Yeah, better. Well, you hit it directly off the end of the bat because you were so early. Yeah, you literally hit it off the end of the bat. You feel that? So if we went hands, did you notice where the ball went? Like it. You remember earlier when we're doing it, and I said keep your left elbow up? If I can keep this left elbow up, I can stay here. The moment that elbow starts to come down, that's when I'm going to start to roll over. Whatever you can. There's almost like there's somebody that never has it break.
You know what I was just thinking of when we were talking about that? Yeah, literally when you said that.
You want to know something crazy? You guys see that Arenado's having like a pretty damn good year at the plate?
Yeah.
Should look up an article written by Jeff Passan about how Arenado trained with Driveline exclusively this entire offseason. And it's almost weird, like all of his numbers are above MLB average now for hitting. Maybe this shit works. Even for, I don't know what they call all-stars. It's crazy. It's almost like they can still get better. Who knew? I just talked with a senior that's too good to get better. But you got Arenado. Oh, it must be Arenado's just not good enough. That's why he needs more help.
Dude, he hit 3 bombs.
I saw.
Yeah. 2 days ago, 3 home runs, a single, 7 RBIs, and a stolen base. That's this day. Last night, grand slam.
I remember it was like a week and a half ago. He went 0 for 3 with 3 Ks, and the reporters were like all waiting for him. No one told him that there were reporters wanting to ask questions. Right after the game, he went straight to the cage and was there for 4 hours. So the next day, the news report is Trevor Story goes 0 for 3 and can't handle Boston media, refuses to answer questions, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, no, I was hitting in the cage. I didn't know you guys were there. Like, my bad. And then Boston was like, yeah, we forgot to tell him that there were reporters waiting for him. He just wouldn't hit. It's crazy. It's almost like the dude's like a fucking legit pro. Good thing he's not here with the Rockies anymore. Let's see. And we Tapia or where? He's with the Blue Jays, and he's hooping right now. Oh, here's one of the little things I saw that the Yankees were possibly going to look to trade for Tapia. And it's like, oh, it's almost like every other team sees value in our players, fucking except for us. Better. Left elbow up. How long can you keep that left elbow up? There. Now it's just a matter of contact point. But outside of that, that swing is what we're looking for. Hey, there we go. Fight for the feeling. Or don't do a bajo. Man just pops off out of nowhere. Yes, right there. Now, we're going to move up one plate. Same thing. To be right there. 3 plate, baby. Where are we falling over? Where are we falling? Make your adjustment.
It goes so good to the ball. Nice beat.
Shit. Yes! Holy smokes, bud! Yes! How was that?
Pretty good.
Now, if HitTrax wasn't so fucking delayed in everything that they humanly do, I would have the fucking camera that has a replay option up there, so that way we can hit replay on there and rewatch that swing. But no, the dude texted me last week, and this shit was supposed to be here 5 months ago. Last week he goes, hey, camera's going out today. I text him every single day this week asking for the tracking number. Didn't get it shipped till yesterday. Still doesn't have the tracking number. It's like, come on, dude. I can just go, that was awesome. Let's see that again. Replay. Oh, shit. You see that? Great job. Do that again. But no, not yet. But how'd that feel? You want to know the best part of it? Where did that fucking ball go? Oh, shit.
I knew it. I knew it.
Do it again. Whatever exaggeration, whatever feeling, whatever that was that you were fighting for right there, again. Yeah, baby! Great job, dude. Yep. Now let's go to the back one. Let's go Ashley. Regular swings with stride holds. We'll do one round of that, and then we'll do some feel goods with your bat and bounce. Regular swings, but still bat pointers. So stride, all of that, but bat pointer. Have some fun. Fight for it. Yes! Yes! Now, keep fighting for it. Keep working for it.
Yeah, that's what happens when I get bases loaded.
That right there every time.
Every time.
Yup. Yes. Let me see you still trying to fight almost like you're coming from post strikes. Let me see you try and keep almost like your chest closed and keep this towards the catcher for as long as you can. All right? You ready? Better. Better. Oh, there you are. You realize your lesson was supposed to start like 8 minutes ago. All right. You gonna do your warm up? Okay. Yep. Aw, fight for that. You silly Willy. Silly Willy. Fight for it. All right. Better. Better. Let's move up a plate. Same thing. Regular strides. Okay. Going with still the holds though. Okay, bad holds. Come on, baby. Hold it. Yes. Yes. Over exaggerate if we need to. Yes. Yes. It's okay. Don't stop rotating your hips. Yes. One more. Yes. Great job. Let's get a quick little pick. I want to fight for a couple field goods regular and go from there.
You get a Kendrick Lamar one or not?
I have not listened to it. How is it?
Not great.
Really?
Overrated.
Damn, that kind of sucks. That sucks even more. That sucks.
Such high expectations too.
You gonna try what?
There's such high expectations too. Wow.
I know. How long has he not since released one? It's been a minute, right?
Probably 2 years.
Yeah. So this has been a. Don't let your knees move. And then push your knees back so they're over your ankles. There you go. And then to the other side too. Yep. Boom. Left and right. Atta baby. Fight for that Simpson there, sir.
Oh wow.
Nice. Stellar performance, baby. Now you ready for this?
What is this?
Throw it in there for the moment. You ready for this right here? Dude, you're just fucking killing it today, huh?
Yeah. Throw it more behind though. Like
Oh yeah, I could practice signing it because he sucks dick at signing shit on the wall. The first time I ever had him sign something, he spelled his own name wrong and just printed it. And he was like, oh, whoops. So before he signed it this time, I was like, hey, practice on this. So that way you don't suck at it.
yeah.
All right, fight for your feel goods, okay? Show it off when you get one. There you go. Try and keep your bat pointed at the catcher for as long as possible. When it's time to go, go. Like that. That a baby. Yeah.
It's gonna take time.
Fight for feel good.
Ooh, I should have me off there.
Hey,
Felt alright.
yeah?
Felt pretty good. My back hurts.
A little bit? Hey,
I don't know what's from.
it's a good call then. I was probably like, damn, I'm not used to having to fucking like use your body. You've been so hand dominated.
I think I slept weird. Sleep kind of stupid.
Sleep like a weirdo?
Sleep like sleep.
At least you know.
Yeah. I usually tell, like, as soon as I get comfortable, oh yeah, this is gonna hurt. I'm not moving. Alright, coach, you ready?
Let's see it. Let's see it.
1, 2.
Oh. Alright, snag these two back here. We'll do our takeaway, then we'll bounce. This is bozo. This is bozo. Oh, you can use these. We're hopping out. Hand those over to Mr. Nick for me. Let me add you real quick, Nick. Yep, I'm doing that right now. There you go, sir. These glasses get stuck on everything.
Next week too, if we can.
Yeah.
I know we get for last week too.
Yep. Go back one plate, you silly Willy. Both of those, or the one in your right hand will go in the silver. And then short, yep. Dude, this is freaking dope. I'm a big fan of this.
What?
His, when we were hitting right here, max velo for the day was 76, average was 72.
A lot better.
So like we're consistently hitting that shit hard. Same thing with distance. Max distance on the day 251. Average was 232. Now that was out of the 8 swings that we took for field goods and stuff. But like that's not a lot of misses. That's like a lot of consistency. And like I think you're gonna realize like the more we can make it to where it is like a hold, and a go, it's gonna help out a lot. The consistency is gonna help out a lot. Okay. What drills did we do today? Oh, you're good. What drills did you do for your warm up today?
I did PVC thing where you swing.
What was that?
Where you swing fast like 5 times.
Oh, the PVC Extremes?
Which never ends up being 5, but
How was that?
good.
I love that you're doing that on your own, dude. I really do. That's going to be a good one for you. And the big one, I want you to notice when you're doing that, are my hips clearing every time?
Yeah.
A lot of time what can happen is that our hips only go this far because it's easier for when we come back to close it rather than going all the way open, all the way closed, all the way open, all the way closed.
Yeah, I was focusing on like keeping the hips going through and clearing, and then also keeping this from dropping.
Let's go. I love it. What else did you do for your own warm
I
up?
also did the the punching bag.
Oh, yep.
We did, yeah.
Is this up here? What else? And if that's it, then that's it.
I also did weights on the feet.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What
Yeah.
else?
Our that's it for warm up.
Beautiful. And then what did we do together?
The extremes,
Oh, baby.
and then we did the thing with the rubber band, like the not the rubber band, but you know what I'm talking about. And then we did that with the short bat. We did the we went right hand but then left hand with short bat on that.
What did you think of doing those?
They felt weird, but they also got me to feel what I need to do.
So is that something that we might look to implement into our warm up to
Yeah.
begin with?
Mhm.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Then we also did the what's it called? PVC, the thing where you make it bend. And then we went back to the band with my bat.
And that first swing that you took with it, how was that? Is that something that we feel consistently already, or was that something you was like, oh, oh, hello?
Yeah. Hello.
So is that something? If those few drills right there made it to a noticeable difference that you saw,
Yeah.
let's see if we can start making that be a staple or principle in our warm up. Is that every time, hey, we look to do that. You know what I'm saying? It helps out when your instructor like gets here early enough so that way you can like do that shit. Helps out, okay? But in the future, like that's something if we can write that down, put it in the back pocket, and go, hey, that little 5 minute drill,
Oh yeah.
how if that helped that much, then shit, every single time, minimally. You see what I'm saying? Anything else?
Um. There's close strikes.
Yes, sir. Any takeaways?
Which I don't know what it is, but
Walk me through it in
oh,
your words.
keep tension. And if I'm keeping tension, then I really don't need to stay myself, because that kind of has to do with keeping my hands up, right?
That's the sole thing is just how long can you hold on to that tension?
Yeah.
Because if it's like, think of it as like a rubber band. If we stretch, hold, let go, it's gonna snap. If we stretch and then bring it back and then let it go, it's not that much. You know what I'm saying? So, anything else, sir? Great job today, bub. Can I make it damn right? That's really nice. Oh, alrighty, sir. Great job today. Appreciate you coming out. Excited for this summer, dude. I think this summer's gonna be really fucking dope. I'm gonna walk through a little. You're welcome. To walk you through a little bit more. Maybe not that we get the same amount of swings when we're doing like those group sessions. Okay, I completely understand that. Right? I also think though the value of like when you came in and did that group session, like sorry, bud. Like when you came in and did the group session, like that dude's going to Garden City. He's
Yeah.
signed. He's one of my top fucking dudes. This dude, one of my top fucking dudes. This dude, one of the top fucking dudes. So like, not necessarily when you're looking to do a group session where it's like, how many swings am I going to be getting in? And the group session is like, how can I compete against guys like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's like, shit, that dude hit fucking 99. That dude hit fucking 94. That dude's hit over 100. And we have you. It's like, you fucking held up with him, dude. That means every single swing that you did end up taking, you were fucking like all in with that. Because if you decide to slack off just a little bit with one swing, do you you not think that those three are gonna notice? So what's that pressure? Like, what's that make you need to do? And or at least be all in on every single swing. Now maybe we don't end up hitting it hard, but like that's what a group session is able to do. Because in a one-on-one, the only way I can get you to get riled up is by yelling, screaming, put on some music that you like. Like that's how I can try and create a competition-like atmosphere. But these three, they're the ones that help create it for you, and you help create it for them. And it's like that ever going. And we'll make it in season groups are a little bit different, like we kind of machine. Other times like we'll have where, you know, guys are doing minis in the back, we're doing gangsons here, aqua back drill, like a little bit more rotations, like it'll be a little bit more. So and if you're still at the end where you're like, fuck groups, hey, it is what it is. I get it. I just kinda wanna walk through a little bit of like that's the purpose. It's not necessarily like I mean today you got in we got in shit. We generally can get a shit ton of swings. We can get over 125 swings in here, right?
Yeah.
Now, is that always the best thing, or is sometimes having just 40 swings where you're fucking competing your dick off every 40 swings? But both have value, and so it's just finding how do we create something to where you get the most out of that value. If that makes sense. I'm looking for that little doodad. From Mr. DJ. Is that it? I need to. Does that work? Is he just if I Venmo, if that works? Okay, it's gonna take me.
I did your dad with Bell, so I don't care.
If that works, I don't know where the fuck this thing is.
Give me your freaking
I got you.
request to pay, and I'll use 2 sessions.
Okay, I got
Give me
you.
your request to pay. Let's make an appointment for next week.
Okay. Do you want? So I have an option where it's a pack. I have an option where I have a pack, and with my pack, I've taken off the expiration date on them, and it's going to be a little bit cheaper per session. So I have a 6 and a 10 pack. You ready, Nick?